Hello and welcome to our first episode of QU All Access this semester. I'm Courtney Gear.
And I'm Ryan Snyder, and this week's show, the inside scoop on major renovations to the cafeteria.
And the QU football program scores big on and off the field with renovations of their own. Kicking off QU All Access this week, students were welcomed back to campus this August with a newly renovated cafeteria that outshines the previous space. Last November, Chartwell's invested $2 million into updating the main campus cafeteria. The new cafeteria renovations were finished over the summer and include a larger variety for students, as well as a more updated atmosphere. The additions include a pizza and pasta space with a brick oven for handmade pizzas, a takeout section and grill options for the evenings, and a breakfast bar with a build-your-own waffle station. Students can also choose from previous meal options like dinner and lunch specials, the deli station, a salad and soup bar, fruit and dessert table, and the always popular soft-serve ice cream machine. A washing station is available in the entrance for students to use before eating as well. The cafeteria will open 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and at night until 10 p.m. for takeout options during the week. On weekends, it will be open for brunch and dinner, as well as in the evenings for takeout. Seating spaces accommodate pairs and groups, and students can enjoy their favorite music during meal times. Director of Food Services, Chris Blakeman, says students are responding positively to the updates and can be expecting final touches in the near future.
We're going to offer some different things, some different menu varieties, some grab-and-go snacks and type of things, some bag chips and some candy products, and then the pasta station. We're going to do some more build-your-own pasta type dishes, and where we'll toss it in front of you and add some ingredients and sort of that fresh pasta feel. And again, if you like green peppers, you can add those. So those are some of the minor features and some of the things that we'll be changing here in the next several weeks, as well as introducing some more dessert type items.
Blakeman also encourages students to participate in future surveys to help continue to improve the food services on campus.
Upperclassmen and incoming students alike are experiencing the new cafeteria for the first time this fall. QU All Access asks students to share with us their impressions of the new renovations.
I like the whole pantry setting. Basically, I like that you can make like your own, waffles, get cereal, all that.
I think it obviously looks a lot better. There's a lot more space. Yeah, it's a lot nicer, and they have it all spread out, so you can each place has its own designated spot for each food.
The food is a lot better, and that the caf is a whole lot better looking.
I think the caf looks like a 3-star restaurant, and I like it a lot, especially the bar stools. They are very nice. I get to sit with my friends, and I love it.
Obviously, it's different. I think it's a great environment to people to come together and just, eat with each other, be with each other and just enjoy some good food.
This week, QU officials confirmed there is a case of mumps on our campus. If you've been vaccinated against the mumps, your risk of contracting the virus is low, but still possible. The virus can be easily passed from person to person by saliva, sneezing, coughing, or sharing drinks. Symptoms include swollen glands, fever, nausea and vomiting, muscle aches, and headache. If you are experiencing these symptoms, you should contact the campus nurse, Anita Philippi, at 257-2960. Director of University Communications, Heidi Meyer, urges students to follow the precautions.
Students just need to recognize and realize that we have their safety and security and their health in the forefront, as always. And we've done everything possible to make sure that it does not spread.
For additional questions, you can call the Office of Student Engagement at 228-5263.
Quincy University announced Wednesday morning their new educational partnership with St. Louis University School of Law, which will be called the 3x3 Law Program.
For both institutions, we are partnering to provide an expedited path for Quincy University students who are interested in law careers.
This program allows students to earn a bachelor's degree from QU and a Juris Doctorate degree from the St. Louis University School of Law. Students will achieve this over the span of 6 years, 3 years at each university. Dr. Brian Borlas, a professor of political science, told QU All Access the new partnership will greatly impact students.
It is designed to combat one of the issues in higher education today, which is the high cost of college. By getting a kid through law school in under 6 years, we've saved the student a pile of money, and we've actually created a far more efficient and effective system.
The QU community discussed a hot topic at their first town hall meeting of the semester. Students crowded the Hall of Fame room last week to debate a fictional scenario involving the public display of the Confederate flag. Faculty and students gathered in groups representing the likes of the Daughters of the Confederacy and the ACLU. The meeting became a heated debate as faculty and students argued their positions. The event was hosted by Professor Judy Abbott and Dr. Neil Wright, who explains why students should get involved in town hall forums.
I want students who are here to get a good education, which almost all my students are, right, to have all the opportunities available. And I think one important one outside the classroom is to have, again, these forums where ideas are discussed and they can expose themselves to maybe some thoughts, some information that they wouldn't have been exposed to elsewhere.
Changes are happening all around Quincy University campus. The campus has undergone a major facelift in the last 8 months, including renovations to both the cafeteria and QU Stadium. These improvements totaled $6 million and provide a new experience for QU students. Many students are now hoping for the next set of improvements to occur in their residence halls. The Student Living Center was constructed in the summer of 2012, and the student body hopes to see more improvements in resident life.
The next step would definitely be residence life. You know, seeing renovations done in Willard or Pad or Friars. You see how successful the Student Living Center, the SLC, has been. Imagine if that could be done to all of the dorms and all of the campus living facilities.
There are also some intangible renovations on campus, including new leadership and staff at the Student Success Center and increased efforts in tutoring. You can register for tutoring right from your dorm room. All you have to do is go to the QU website, scroll to the bottom under Resources, and click on the WC Online link. Create an account and use the drop-down menu to view tutors for specific subjects. Schedule an appointment on the menu and get the help you may be seeking. All tutors are located in the Student Success Center and are available at the time of their scheduled time. Currently, there are 35 tutors working in the Student Success Center.
QU students will soon have a new home to master their musical talents. With the addition of a piano lab and soon-to-be completed classrooms, music students will have a new space to practice. The piano lab features 8 new pianos for students to work with their instructors. The department is also expecting a brand new recording studio for music production majors.
I think it's actually going to help a lot, especially with the recording studio for the music production majors. They're going to have a chance to actually work with the recording equipment as well as what it's like to actually sit in a studio.
Coming up, we'll see how the Pope is making American history.
And how Legionnaire's disease wasn't just a problem in Quincy. You're watching QU All Access. Stay with us.
Welcome back. We're live at the QU Challenge. Johnson had perfect form on that one. That's going to be tough to beat, but let's see if Adams can pull it out. And look at that, a perfect 90-degree elbow bend. You don't see talent like this every day, folks. Here's Johnson again. Oh no, he's dropped his spoon. Let's take another look at that. What a costly mistake. And that's gonna do it. Adams is going on to win this thing. She's taking home a valuable QU discount today, and look for her photo on the QU Facebook page.
Welcome to QU Sweet Treats Cafe, centrally located in the lower level of Brenner Library on Quincy University's campus. QU features 6 flavors of healthy Dannon soft-serve frozen yogurt and a toppings bar with more than 20 different options, from candy pieces to fresh fruit, making each visit unique. There is always a sorbet and no sugar added option for special dietary needs. And be sure to wash down that treat with a cold beverage or hot coffee or cappuccino. Stop in for a midday snack, grab some dessert on the way home, or just enjoy a cup of coffee and soak in our distinct atmosphere. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. and weekends from noon to 11 p.m. Be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter to find out about unique flavors of the day and great discounts. QYO Sweet Treats Cafe. Healthy, delicious, and fun, all in one tasty visit.
Welcome back. QU All Access is pleased to announce our partnership with CNN, allowing us to bring you national and global news in addition to the latest happenings on campus. For the first time, Pope Francis celebrated Mass in the United States and made a saintly declaration. CNN's Chris Welch has a story from Washington.
An estimated 25,000 were to be on hand for this sacred ceremony here, including Vice President Joe Biden and Republican presidential candidate Jeb Bush. Pope Francis presided over an historic moment for the American Catholic Church. During his first Mass ever in the United States, he declared Junipero Serra a saint. That's the first time anyone has been canonized in the United States. But it comes with controversy. Native Americans say the Hispanic missionary, now the first Hispanic saint, mistreated their people. With each stop, a sea of screaming faithful greeted the pontiff. Earlier in the day, President Obama extended a warm welcome to the Holy Father.
We see a living example of Jesus' teachings, a leader whose moral authority comes not just through words, but also through deeds.
Pope Francis even quoted Martin Luther King Jr., urging more be done for the poor and the planet.
We can say that we have defaulted on a promissory note, and now is the time to honor it.
The Pope ended the day in typical Pope Francis fashion, making his way to the crowd to bless people before retiring for the night.
History isn't all the Pope has been concerned about on his trip to the United States. On his way to St. Matthew's in Washington, D.C., Pope Francis stopped to kiss and bless a baby from the crowd. This is not the first time that the Pope has made a stop for a baby, and one family claims he healed their 3-month-old little girl. According to the Times-Picayune, the baby born with 2 holes in her heart started to get better after the blessing. The baby was blessed during the family trip to Rome and during last year and has continued to improve.
Legionnaire's disease outbreak at Quincy's Illinois Veterans Home has received a lot of attention, but that's not the only outbreak in Illinois. The bacteria caused students at 3 Chicago area schools to miss school. 3 schools in Illinois' U46 school district, which covers 11 communities in Cook, DuPage, and Kane counties, shut down Wednesday. This came after the district said test results showed higher than normal levels of Legionella bacteria. Eastview Middle School, Larkin High School, and Gifford Street High School stayed closed Thursday as the district worked to complete the screening process. The head of the district said they're acting out of an abundance of caution.
The biggest concern really is ensuring that students and staff don't panic and that parents do not panic around the results of these tests. We erred on the side of caution. We wanted to make sure that all the students and staff are safe, and we will ensure that their students and staff are safe whenever we return back to school.
The high levels of the bacteria were detected on Wednesday morning in each of the 3 sites' cooling towers.
Big promises are being made in the world of politics as Republicans focus on North Carolina, including, of course, Donald Trump. Andrew Spencer has more.
Donald Trump goes on the offensive again, taking shots at pretty much everybody.
Marco Rubio, as an example, he's got no money, zero. Hillary, who's become very shrill.
A candidate often accused of offering few specifics, Trump told a town hall meeting in South Carolina.
I'll be putting a tax plan in next week that will be very long on policy and will be a great plan with a major reduction in taxes for the middle class.
This week, several Republican candidates have converged on the early primary state. Carly Fiorina's 3 events there today wrap up her trip to South Carolina. Jeb Bush travels there too today after taking a break from the campaign trail Wednesday to attend the Pope's Mass in Washington. Meanwhile, Ben Carson just can't get away from questions about Muslims, specifically his comment on Sunday that no U.S. president should be one.
Anybody, and that includes any religion, who lives according to American values and principles and is willing to put our Constitution above their religious ideology is acceptable to me.
But Carson claims in the wake of his comments, donations are coming in so fast, they're hard for his campaign to keep up with. I'm Andrew Spencer, reporting.
Coming up on QU All Access, we'll have a look at this week's weather forecast.
And have you ever wondered about those red buildings sitting next to North Campus? We'll tell you all about it after the break.
Yes. Growing up, I had one deaf friend, and that was the only deaf person I knew before coming to school here at QU. And now I regularly get to hang out and socialize with the deaf community, which has been awesome. Sign language isn't exactly like learning another spoken language because you use your body, facial expressions, your hands are your instruments. So it is definitely learning a new language. It has its own grammar and syntax and everything. It's not exactly like English like a lot of people think it is.
It isn't a building. It isn't an arena or field. It isn't a classroom. It's a friendship. It's the bonds you form. It's an opportunity. It's the experience. It's a Q thing. Schedule your visit today.
QUTV is more than a news outlet.
1 in 5 undergrads work at least 35 hours a week, year-round.
Students involved with QUTV learn life lessons, create lasting memories, and gain the experience needed to succeed in future careers.
Students need to be involved with QUTV as a viewer or as a participant because we need to know what's going on around our campus.
Knowledge is powerful, and QUTV News serves to inform not only the students, but the Quincy University community as a reliable and powerful news network.
Welcome back. It looks like we will be having some beautiful weather next week.
Sure does, Ryan. We now head over to Lainey for an extended look into this week's weather forecast.
Yes, well, fall has begun. I wouldn't just pull your hoodies out quite yet because on Friday it's going to be partly cloudy with a high near 81. Moving on to Saturday, nice and sunny, high of 80. And then wrapping up our weekend on Sunday, we're going to go back to being partly cloudy. It's going to be a little colder at 74. Now, looking later on into the week, we have Monday, nice, bright, sunny, but still a little cold at 74. And then we warm back up on Tuesday with partly cloudy and a high of 81. Wednesday, still going to be partly cloudy with a high of 80. And then on Thursday, there might be a slight chance of rain, but QU is still encouraging students to get out and help for the day of service, which is in remembrance of the Franciscan values that we have here at the school. So if you can help, all classes have been canceled that day, and they're asking you to help. You will get service hours, so if you have the chance, get out there and help. That about wraps it up for this weekly forecast. I'm Laine Wade. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Lainey. Not everyone in the U.S. is experiencing pleasant conditions. Wildfires have ravaged Middletown, California as people struggle to put their lives back together.
A little bit of food. Danielle?
Danielle Fletcher is on the move again.
It was a horrible experience. We ran from the fire 3 different times.
She ran from flames less than 2 weeks ago when the Valley Fire tore through Cobb.
You're going like this. It's a constant like this. That's what it is.
Now, with no place to go, she's running from one evacuation center to the next.
I'm laughing. I've laughed never so harder, and then I'm crying.
The Napa County Fairgrounds in Calistoga has emptied. The temporary shelter closes at 10 a.m. Thursday.
I don't have a plan. I do know that I plan to try to make it.
As Fletcher and hundreds of other newly homeless evacuees
And he'll tell you guys all about it right now.
scrambled to get their lives in order.
We can make this better. I've seen it time and time again, disaster after disaster.
The federal government is now stepping in to help the state and county after President Obama declared the destructive fire a major disaster.
It's really focused on the most immediate needs beyond what Red Cross and others are doing is where do you need to stay? What do you need to go find a place to stay? And if you don't have insurance, you don't have other resources, how can we help you?
Anything helps.
And everybody wants to rebuild.
Because so many Lake County residents are struggling to put their lives back in order.
Like somebody sent you a little song about going home. It just gets you. You know, other than that, we're fine.
Have you ever wondered what the rustic structure next to the North Campus northern parking lot is used for? That seemingly empty lot is actually a drill ground used by the local Quincy Fire Department. It is used for hands-on training and offers a variety of training props. The most notable is the large rust-colored building, which is made from 13 railroad cars and is used for search and rescue training, as well as building scaling. Other training involves proper fire hose usage and how to safely extinguish a fire. Quincy Fire Department Chief Henning welcomes students to watch the training as long as they maintain a safe distance.
If they want to get something up close and come down and actually view, my recommendation would be to simply find the officer that's in charge of that training. We certainly allow people to come down and watch. We'd want to make sure they're doing it from a safe distance so that they're not going to be caught up in any type of the activities that we're doing.
Continuing with the fire department, they are currently searching for applicants to join their team. Applicants must have a high school diploma or GED and be 20 and a half years or older. Applications are available on the City of Quincy website under the Fire Department tab. Candidate physical ability test certification is required, and you can access information regarding the test on the application.
I would certainly encourage your students that are even remotely interested in the fire service to take the test, both male and female, different ethnic backgrounds. We're looking to diversify the fire department.
The written portion of the test will be held on February 20th of next year, and it would be a good idea to get an early start on the application process. Coming up, we'll take a look at the new and improved QU Stadium
and how the Hawks have done in their recent sports endeavors. We'll be right back.
In the Galapagos, we went to a volcano and we climbed up to the top of it, and it was just something, it was so hard and so grueling, and at the middle of it I just thought it would be awful, and when we got to the top you could just see out everywhere, and it was just a very cool, unique experience. And it was really nice too because the teacher, he explained all the stuff, how it happened, and we just got to see everything from it there, and it was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
It was a month long, and so we took 2 classes. Each class was about 2 hours a day. One was with Dr. Manning from Quincy, which was nice because we knew him already. So we took a contemporary ethics and politics class with him. And then our other one was with an actual teacher from the American University in Rome. And that one was cool because it was art. And so we traveled every single day. We got to see something new, stuff I probably wouldn't have seen otherwise. We went to churches, we went to museums, we went to the Coliseum a bunch. So it really, you know, it was kind of like a trip within a trip in that class.
It opened my eyes a lot more to that there's just still so much more to see. I want to go on more trips. I want to include, like in my career plan, I want to be in the medical field. I now want to go farther, and I want to do things in other countries so that I can see other things and kind of experience kind of the different lifestyles that I was able to see when I was in Ecuador.
I'd say do it. I know a lot of people tend to say, you know, I'll do it when I'm older, when I have more money, but I just feel like a lot of people would get caught up in their jobs and their lives and their families. That, I mean, when you're in college, it's a perfect time to go. And it's not too expensive. I mean, it's totally manageable. You can build it into your loans, or if you can work and pay for it, that sort of thing, just do it now.
When you go into the work field, there's only so many options for you to take off. And the thing is, too, is you also have to go see your family. You have to go for Christmas vacation. You don't just go and get your time to do whatever you want. And there will never be another opportunity where it's set aside where it's actually you're going for school, you're going for whatever. So unless you have a job and travel, it's going to be so much harder for you to take the time to go and do this. And beyond that, it's going to be so much harder for you to see all the things that you want to see, because at other times you may have kids, you may have different things going on. But if you don't do it now, there won't be another option that is going to make it as great of an experience as when you do it when you're young and you're able to see, you're able to still in good shape, you can do everything you want to do.
I'd say explore it. I mean, research into it, look what you can do. I mean, you have a whole year ahead of you still, so you don't study for a whole year. I mean, I would definitely take the time to do it because this is kind of your last shot for college to do it. It's really eye-opening. You just get to see all these new cultures, and you know, you think there's more than just where I'm from and what I know. There's so much out there, and it kind of just makes you think about a world view instead of just focus on your life view.
Welcome back. Last weekend, students finally got a look at the newly renovated QU Stadium.
And the Hawks football and soccer teams each go for home victories. Andrew McCulloch is here with the latest. Andrew?
Thanks, Courtney. While you were away on summer break, Quincy University continued working on the new football stadium.
Last year, the Hawks played their final season at Flint Stadium. Construction on the new stadium began as early as last December, and the turf for the field was completed last May. However, many parts of the project were still under construction. The bleachers, press box, and locker rooms remained unfinished as students went home for the summer break. Over the last few months, QU has put their workers into overdrive to get the stadium ready for the season, and along with having a new field to play on, Coach Tom Pagic is excited to see QU expand on its athletic facilities.
It's been a lot faster than I thought it would. That's probably the biggest thing that I really appreciate. Sometimes you go 5, 7, 8 years for something like that happens. Here we're going into our 4th year, and pretty awesome.
The stadium, located on North 18th and Sycamore Street, cost the school approximately $4 million to complete. It can hold over 2,000 people, and players are ready to play on the new field.
It's kind of cool, man, because I was here all summer while they were building it and constructing it, and we were working out on it, and it's just like, man, I can't wait to actually get out here on the game day environment.
Andy Martinez joins us now with more on the fan experience at the new stadium. Andy?
Thanks, Andrew. I'm Andy Martinez. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Falcon, and in this week's Falcon issue, we're going to have a lot to do with the stadium. And one of the cool things about the stadium is the real fan experience that it gives people. Before being at Flint Stadium, it was a nice facility. It was good to watch a football game there, but it didn't have that home feel. And now that now that QU Stadium's available to students and the players, it has that home feel, that unique feel that you don't get, that you get at other college campuses. And it's awesome with the tailgating experience. It becomes a whole game day experience. Before, you kind of didn't look forward to QU football games. Now you're going to want to be there. You're going to want to be there from tailgating at 9 a.m. all the way till the game time and after the game and hang around, because it's the place to be on Saturday on game days. It's so much fun. It's incredible facilities. It's top notch. Couple that with Legend Stadium and the new renovations at Pepsi Arena, it makes QU a perennial power in terms of recruiting and facilities at the Division II level. So for more information, make sure to check out this week's Falcon issue, where you can read more on all the changes to QU Stadium. Guys?
Thanks, Andy. After a tough road loss last week against Northern Michigan, the Hawks were hungry for their first victory of the season at newly renovated QU Stadium. But conference rival Lincoln University was looking to spoil the home opener with a win of their own. Let's check out the action from the rock pile. Here you're going to see the captains shaking hands, including quarterback Nick Lonergan, who would have a big day for the Hawks. That's exactly where the first play is going to start. Lonergan gets the snap. He's back in the pocket. He's going to find a wide open receiver. It's Cody Wood there, and he's going to take it all the way untouched. A 65-yard touchdown pass that will put QU on top. However, couldn't expect Lincoln to go away now, could you? It's going to be the ensuing kickoff here. Blake Allison kicks it off, and it's going to be Van Zell Richardson who catches it on the stride, and he's going to go nearly untouched. 82-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. You saw it there, Blake Allison, the kicker, trying to tackle him, but he couldn't do it. That would keep Lincoln in the game for a while here. As you'll see, they'll celebrate that one. But QU would come back quickly. It's going to be Chris Harris taking the handoff here. He's going to stiff arm his opponent and get into the end zone. Chris Harris with a very good day for the Hawks as well, as you see them celebrating there. However, not to be outdone, the defense wants to get in on the action. It's going to be Christopher Parker, picking off the pass there, and Tom Padgett getting excited on that play. And that's going to lead the next play. It's going to be a pass from Lonergan to star receiver Eric Poindexter, getting that foot in bounds. The Hawks dominating this one. However, Lincoln would make it close at the end of the game, but it would be Lonergan putting the icing on the cake, fakes the pass there. He's going to make a spin move here after the stiff arm, and he's going to get in for the 8-yard run, and QU would manage to pull this one out and win at home by a final score of 42-37. The Hawks advance to 1-1 on the season. Lincoln, 1-2. Lonergan, 15 for 21, 258 yards with 3 touchdowns. Chris Harris, 22 carries, 168 yards, 1 touchdown, over 7 yards a carry. The football squad isn't the only team with high expectations this year. After a near-perfect season last year, the men's soccer team looked to continue a solid 4-1 start to their campaign with a win over GLVC rival Lewis University. We're going to go to Legends Stadium for the action on this one. It's going to open up with Giovanni DeCage, a corner kick here. However, it's not going to be able to find the back of the net. QU with 26 shots, and we're going to see the goalkeeper Nate Griffin there saving one for the Hawks. It's going to be Lewis's head coach unhappy with their productivity there, but that's about to change as it's going to be Nicholas Montero with a kick here. You're going to find it right in the back left of the net past Griffin there, but the Hawks would not be outdone in this one. We'll see there after the celebration. It's going to be DeCage on another corner kick here, and Connor Sendobri is going to head it in. He gets above the defense and scores there. DeCage and the QU Hawks excited as they would pull this one out by a final score of 3-1. Artan Emini with the goal and an assist. It's his second of the season, and Connor Sendobri, as I mentioned, or Sendobri, with his second goal. QU 5-1 on the season. Lewis falling to 0-5-1. So it's a successful week all around for QU All Access Sports as both of our teams get the W's. But for now, tune in next week. We'll have more scores and highlights. But for now, I'm going to send it to Courtney here, over here at the news desk.
Thanks, Andrew. QU All Access will be right back. Stay with us.
Come support your Quincy University baseball team this season. The Hawks compete in the NCAA Division II Great Lakes Valley Conference. Cheer them on as they play for a conference and national championship.
Come see the new renovations at QU Stadium. The turf infield gives the Hawks a great playing surface.
Come out and have some fun and support the QU Hawks baseball team this season.
For more information on the QU Hawks baseball team, go to QUHawks.com and click on the Sports tab and select Baseball.
A few American Sign Language students showed off their skills last week in preparation for Deaf Awareness Week. ASL majors Taylor McCulloch, Ann Shearman, and Hans Holdeman performed their version of the Star-Spangled Banner at the Faculty General Assembly meeting last Friday. Students also performed on Wednesday in the cafeteria private dining room where Quincy Mayor Kyle Moore gave a proclamation to Dr. Gervasi for deaf awareness. Other events included a tour of Quincy's Central Fire Station and an ASL-only day on campus where participating students, faculty, and staff use sign language only to communicate.
That wraps up our first episode of QU All Access. Remember to tune in online on Facebook or Channel 97 on campus for more news anytime. For the entire QU All Access news team, I'm Courtney Gear.
And I'm Ryan Snyder. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next week, Hawks.